few nice deep breaths. So we'll roll our shoulders up, down, and back, and then use your arms out and out. And then let it out. And another one like that. Out to the side, reach it all the way up. And out and down. Let's do one more like that. Beautiful. Roll those shoulders up, down, and back. I think we have Camille and John doing this. And then let's reach to the back of your chair and drop your chest forward. So a nice inhale as your chest is open. And then as you exhale the breath, bring the arms out in front, bring the hands together, drop your chin round through the back. Good morning, we're zooming, FYI. Inhale, reach back to your chair, open your chest. And exhale, hands together and round. And let's do that one more time. Inhale and open, and exhale and round. Okay, coming back to center. Oh no, no sorries, required. Okay, shoulders up, down, and back, and then inhale your arms out to the side. Let's press through the heels and press, press, press. And then dip down your fingers and curl them under. And press through the heels of your fingers. And then dip your fingers down and under. And one last time, press, press. And roll them down. Let's give the hands a little shake. And we'll warm them up. If you get in between your fingers and your thumbs. Okay. Let's take our arms down by our side and then inhale them up. Press your palms behind, and we'll do a little pulsing. Just pulsing back, and then pulsing down. Imagine that you're pressing something down. And then front. And then up. And then down. And then back. And then up. And then forward. And then give yourself a nice big hug. There's an Australian woman on Facebook. Has anybody seen her? It's she's fabulous, over 50. I love this woman. And she does lots of, give yourself a nice big hug. She does lots of, you know, for women, toning your arms, things like that. You know, talks about dressing, you know, we just dress older than we are, you know, and how to dress and make yourself look youthful, you know. I love this woman, she's great, check it out. I don't have her name. Oh, too funny. Yeah, she's great. I love her. Okay, let's take the arms out to the side. Turn your palms up. We'll go all the way up. Interlace your fingers and press. Bring together your pinkies and your thumbs. And let's go to one side. Just very gently ease to one side and back up. And then to the other side and back up. Release your fingers. Reach to the back of your chair. Drop your chest. And then release. Let's try it again. So inhaling out and up. Interlace your fingers and press. One side. And the other. Release your fingers out and down. Reach behind and drop your chest. And release your hands to your thighs. One last one. Actually, let's do two, and we'll switch it up. So arms out and then up. Interlace your fingers and notice which thumb is on top. So we'll switch it up. See how that feels. Yeah. We'll go out and up. Pinkies together, thumbs together, off to one side. And off to the other side. You know, these imbalances we create, right? Every day when we do things, out, reach to the back of your chair. I was going to say hair, and drop your chest. And release one last time. Inhaling up, interlace your fingers. See if you can switch it up, opposite thumb on top. And bring it up, off to one side. And off to the other side. And up, release your fingers. Take the back of your chair, drop your chest. And release. Let's take the arms down by your side and we'll roll the shoulders up, down, and back. At the same time, draw your chin back, setting your head directly on your shoulders. And then ease the effort. Let's take the right hand all the way to the left side of your head, guiding right ear to right shoulder. And let's open up the other side by lifting your arm and pointing through your fingers halfway up. And release the arms and release the head. Shoulders up, back, and down. Draw your chin back and set your head atop your shoulders. This time we'll take the left arm out to the side, all the way over to the right side of your head and guiding left ear to left shoulder. At the same time, open up that right side by lifting your arm halfway and flicking your fingers. Release the arms, and release the head. Bring your chin back, setting your head atop your shoulders. Many of us spend a lot of time like this. That's unfortunate. I do too, but just to be able to be mindful and sit up nice and straight and tall. Okay, let's move to the edge of our chair. And we'll stretch the right leg forward, press through your heel. Let's add a reach. And inhale it up and back. If at any time you need a break from your mask, it's getting hot and wet in there, you know, take a moment, take a drink of water, go outside here and take care of yourself. Okay, left leg, stretch it forward and reach to your ankle. Inhale it up and back, and we'll go to the other side, using the exhale to stretch and reach. And the inhale to bring it up and back. Over to the left now. Let's do one more on each side. Okay, your feet nice and flat on the floor. Let's take the right knee into your chest and we'll give it a hug. Don't lose that nice tall spine. And left leg into your chest, give it a hug. A nice tall spine. Let's go back to the right. And one last to the left. Okay, sitting up nice and straight and tall, take your shoulders up, down, and back. And we'll take the soles of our feet together And let your knees open nice and wide. Try not to lose your nice tall spine. Nice open chest. Belly is soft. We don't like our soft bellies to be nice and hard. Try to soften it up and let your breath flow down there into your belly. And knees together, and we'll stretch both legs forward, pressing through the heels. Separate your toes a wide distance. And feet on the floor. Sit back in your chair a bit so that half of your thigh is supported. And we're just gonna crawl your toes forward. I think that's the best word. Crawl them forward and then crawl them back. Crawl them forward. And then crawl them back. And once more, crawl them forward. And crawl them back. Spread your toes nice and wide, lots of space between them. Come up onto your heels. I'm moving to the edge of my chair. Straighten your legs if you can. I have my feet a wider distance than hip width apart, and I'm just going to let my feet be like rubber. Just shake them. Shake them up. Okay, feet on the floor, and we'll lift the toes and come up on your heels. And then lift your heels and come up onto the balls of your feet. And then we'll roll outside to the baby toe and to the big toe. And then we'll come up onto the heels of your feet and press, press. Lift the heels up onto the balls of your feet, roll to the baby toe, and then to the big toe. And one last time, heels. And balls of your feet, and roll out and then in. Okay. Let's stretch both legs out in front. A little bump in the knee helps you feel like you're not going anywhere. And ease down using your exhale. Ease all the way down to your ankles, nice and slow. See if you can let your head go. And then we'll gently walk your hands up and back on the inhale. Let's try it again. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands down towards your ankles. See, I have a little bend in my knee. And then when you're ready to inhale, walk your hands up and back. Nice and slow. Okay, let's place the feet on the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades a bit behind you. At the same time, reach down through your fingers. Feel your nice strong legs and ease up on those knees so they're just a tiny bit bent, a micro bend. And as you inhale the breath in, imagine that you're filling up a glass of water all the way up. And as you exhale the breath, feel the exhale ground you down through your legs, nice strong legs. Inhale, reaching up to the crown of your head. Exhale, reaching down through your legs. Feel how you can be light and lifted and grounded at the same time. Let's use our breath and we'll lift up onto the balls of our feet. Your chair is there if you need it. So you're just going to use your breath to lift those heels and down onto your heels and lift your toes. And when you come up onto the balls of your feet, Notice if your feet want to roll to the outside. See if you can keep the weight balanced across the ball of your foot. If you've ever been to a yoga class, many times the instructor will talk about the pad of the big toe, or that kind of that fleshy part underneath your toe. And the reason they do is because it's a point of connection. So you're connecting at the base of the big toe, the outside of your foot, and the heel. Okay, let's open our feet just a tiny bit so that we can roll to the outside and then roll to the inside. Of course, you want to take care of your knees and make sure that all feels good and okay. Okay, coming back to our mountain, let's point the toe out to the side, back to mountain, and then the other side. So challenge yourself a bit. You've got your chair. See if you can do it without. See if you can speed it up a bit. Okay, flip the heel now. Doing a little dance here. Feels like a jig. I'm bending my knees to make this happen. Okay, now I'm going back to the toe. And then heel again. One more on each side. And then we'll come back to our mountain. So with your fingers on your chair, if you need it, we're going to open our feet a little wider than hip width apart and lift your heels and kick them back towards your bottom. I have my hands on my thighs. Make sure you're breathing. One more on each side. And we'll come back to center. Let's take a nice deep breath here. Let's do that again. Onto the side all the way up. One more like that. Okay. Hands on hips. We'll open our feet a tiny bit wider than hip width apart. It's going to move from side to side. I'm losing my voice. You can feel it. And let's ease the knees a little bend, and we'll make big circles. Pressing your hips forward and your bottom back. And we'll come to the center and go in the opposite direction. Find a pattern of breath that works. And let's come to center and walk our feet into mountain. I'm going to move to the side and stand behind my chair. And for you, you could just put the chair at the top of your mat. We're going to start with our shoulders up, back, and down in a nice mountain and a nice breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to walk into downward dog. Stretching those arms forward, easy knees. And the next time you inhale, we'll lift. walking back into mountain. Let's do that 2 more times using a nice deep breath. And walking to downward dog. As soon as you start your inhale, lift the chest and walk to mountain. And as soon as you need to exhale, walk back into downward dog. Okay, walking back into mountain. Let's open our feet nice and wide. With the hand closest to your chair, just refer to your chair if you need it. Our feet nice and wide. We're going to take the outside arm right up next to your ear and open that whole side as you stretch towards your chair. So use the in-breath to bring you up, and then use the exhale to draw you over. Nice and slow. And this time we're going to inhale up and exhale the arm down. Let's walk those feet together. And for me, I'm just going to take my chair to the other side. You could just turn around. Opening your feet nice and wide. The chair, the hand closest to the chair. We'll just touch that chair, just for a point of reference. The opposite arm right up next to your ear, and we'll open that whole side. Using the inhale to come up, and the exhale to stretch it over. Let's do it one more time. And come back to standing. Mountain. Okay. I'm going to stand behind my chair again. And I'm just moving my chair for the sake of Zoom. You can stay where you are. And hands on your hips. Let's step back with the right foot. Let's start with some nice straight legs. And we're going to move from your hip and take hold of your chair. And just enjoy this nice straight leg stretch. If you use your chair, then you can really kind of leave your weight, support your weight using the chair, and the legs can stretch. Let's ease up and gently walk the feet together. Let's hold for a breath here. Okay, beginning in mountain, this time step the left foot back. And draw your hips forward. Nice straight legs, we're gonna move from the hip. Take hold of our chair. Enjoy this nice straight leg stretch. And when you're ready, we'll lift. Bend the knees and walk the feet together. Okay, side of your chair. Let's try a triangle pose. As we open our feet nice and wide. And we're going to turn the foot next to your chair right under the chair. So the toes are pointing directly under that chair. You could even move the chair and hit that base of your chair towards your shin. Okay, so the opposite foot, we're going to bring it halfway in. So not all the way under the chair, but halfway. I guess it would be about 1 or 2 o'clock. If it was a clock. Okay, beginning with nice straight legs. We're going to keep the torso forward, not facing the chair, but facing forward. So if you need to make some adjustment for your knee, go ahead and do that. We're going to inhale this outside arm right up next to your ear, and the hand closest to your chair can just be there for support, or you can put the hand on your thigh. Just going to inhale and open and exhale and stretch. Nice straight legs. Inhale and open and exhale. Triangle pose. One more time. Inhale, reaching up and exhale, open. Let's inhale it up and the arm comes out and down. Let's bring both toes face forward, and then we'll walk the feet together. Just notice maybe one hip feeling a little different, one shin feeling a little different. Okay, I'm going to move my chair. You can just turn around. Okay. Let's open your feet nice and wide. Don't be afraid to really put some space, because you've got your chair if you need it. The foot that's directly under my chair, I'm going to point the toes right under and towards the wall in front of the chair. The outside foot, I'm going to bring it halfway in, so not all the way, but halfway. I guess this would be about 10 or 11 o'clock, right? If it were a clock. And your torso is going to face forward. Now, if you feel any pull in your knee, then adjust your feet. Okay. So the hand closest to the chair, just refer the chair. And the outside arm, will inhale it up. And exhale and reach over. Nice straight legs. Inhale up. And exhale over. Straight legs. But if you need a little micro bend in the knee, take care of yourself. This is triangle pose. Let's do it one more time. Inhale the arm, stretch it up, and release it out and down. We're going to bring the toes to face forward, and then we'll walk the feet together. Do a little jog, lifting your feet. A little march, rather. It's not a jog, it's a march. Okay. Standing behind your chair, you can just turn. I'm going to move my chair. Standing behind our chair. Let's begin with a breath in, and we'll walk into a downward dog. And here we go. Let your armpits open, let the chest settle. You can place a micro bend in your knee. Let's stay here for a breath. As soon as you start to draw the in-breath in, we'll walk into mountain. Okay. Let's come down to our mats. Put your chair out of the way for a bit, unless you think you'll need it to get up from the floor. So we're going to come down to the mat. Let's come onto hands and knees. And settle your knees directly under your hips so they're not real wide. and they're not together, but there's a space between, and they're directly under your hips. Same thing with your shoulders and wrists. Put lots of space between your fingers. And if you feel like it's too much for your wrist, you can always just walk them a bit forward. The inside of your elbows are kind of looking at each other and not looking forward. Let's press down into a child's pose. I'm going to try to be sensitive to your masks. So if it feels like too much, come up onto your elbows, create some fists, and settle your forehead. And as you take your next breath in, walk your hands back towards your knees, and we'll come to sit in the rock pose or the high kneel. Okay. Let's inhale up into high kneel if you're not already there. And we'll take those arms out to the side and all the way up. Interlace your fingers and press. Releasing them out and down. Let's go behind your back. And we'll draw the knuckles down towards the floor, opening your chest. And then release the hands out in front. Interlace your fingers and press. We'll inhale them up and out and back and reach. Open your chest, press your hips forward, out in front, and press, and up, and reach, and out, and back, and straighten, and open, and press. One last time. This time we'll switch it up. Opposite thumb on top. So just mindlessly interlace your fingers and notice which thumb is on top, and then mindfully interlace them the opposite way, and we'll press and inhale up and exhale out and down. And reach behind and straighten and open your chest and press your hips. Okay. Let's try a Vinyasa here on our knees. If you're having any issues with your knees, see, this is cement under here. In the other room, it's wood, so it has a little more give, right? So you can always do that if your knees were bothering you. I think people seem okay. Okay. The Vinyasa looks like this. So we're going to begin nice and tall and straight, and we'll inhale the arms out to the side and up. And as you exhale, we'll draw the hands forward into table pose. Inhale your chest forward and allow your spine to sink into cow pose, rolling toes under, pressing into downward dog. Inhaling, knees down, and then to child's pose. And then gently walk those hands back to your knees, or the rock pose or the high kneel. Let's do it one more time. I think we can. Use your breath and move nice and slow. Okay. Starting with the breath in. And exhale, table pose. Inhale, cow. Beautiful. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, knees, and then exhale, child's pose. When you're ready, walk your hands back into the rock pose or the high kneel. And let's hold for a breath. How many people love downward dog? Oh. They say that if you, they say, the yogis say that if you don't have any time for yoga, do a downward dog. Yeah. I like to do downward dogs in my kitchen, using my counter. Yeah, stuff like that. I always thought I was going to write a book, Yoga Around the House, but someone beat me to it. Yeah, someone beat me to it. Yeah. Oh, there is. Yes. I go in the kitchen. Nobody wrote that one. That's true. Yeah. I do too. Yeah. I could do a great tree in my bathroom because the walls are like this close. Yeah. I don't suggest you do yoga anywhere where it's wet and slippery. No yoga in the shower. Okay. And watch out for the pants. Yes, right? Oh my God, there was a woman, it was on, the woman was teaching a yoga class and her cat was up, it was like a Zoom, her cat was up to the side throwing up, doing the like, and she was wonderful. All she did was laugh and apologize. It was so funny. Let's bring our feet together and your heels back towards you. Cobbler's pose, do the best you can. And let's bring the knees together and stretch those legs out in front. We'll do a forward bend. So forward bend is, reaching to your toes, but I like the forward bend with the bent knees. So come up onto your heels and we'll scoop under your thighs and give yourself a little hug, pressing through the heels of your feet, activating those legs. Give yourself a little hug. This is the best forward bend you can do for your body. And then as you're in this hug, you can wriggle's a good word for this. Your heels forward. And when you start to lose this connection here, then stop. And that is your forward bend. And let's ease up. And bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Let's try a little bit of a boat pose. So some space between your feet, hip width apart. Don't lose that nice tall spine. With our hands on our knees, we'll draw the torso back. Inhale and lift your abs to touch your thighs. That's all we're looking for here. And release it back, nice straight back, beautiful. See if you can get those feet on the floor, nice and flat on the floor. One last one. Draw your nice straight back. And then coming forward, abs on your thighs, and stretch the legs forward. Soles of your feet together. Reach to your toes. Ankles or shins and lift up to the crown of your head. Knees together, stretch it away. Let's come all the way back onto our back. I just have to be mindful of doing. Okay, here we are. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor with your hands on your belly. Direct your breath down low and deep into your belly. Imagine you're filling up a balloon. As you exhale the breath from your belly, press your belly button back towards your spine and squeeze all the air out. You may notice that your next breath is a little deeper, or maybe not. Release the effort and settle down in. Your low back connected to the floor. Settle your shoulders and your arms. Okay. Let's bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. With your hands on your belly, we'll gently press your hips up to the ceiling. So in bridge pose, don't move your head or your neck. Your gaze should be to the ceiling. And then you're releasing down onto your low back. Use your breath, inhaling, gently pressing your hips up, and exhaling, releasing them down. Use your breath to lift and lower. Let's try it one more time. Lifting and lowering. With your knees bent and your feet on the floor, take your right knee into your chest. And this time we'll stretch away the left leg. And release the right knee. Take the left knee into your chest and stretch the right leg away. Let's go back to that right knee and stretch the left leg away. Go a little deeper here. We'll use the left hand to take the right knee across your body and over to the other side. This is called a calf stretch. So with both hands, reach down towards that right knee and roll over onto your back. And then release the knee. Let's take the left knee into your chest and stretch the right leg away. This time I'm using the right hand to guide the knee across the body and to the other side. Keep your chin in line with your chest. And when you're ready, reach to the knee and roll over onto your back. Let's bend the knees with the feet on the floor, and we'll take both knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Okay, let's place the feet on the floor again. And stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Point your toes. So one foot on the floor, one foot pointing up to the ceiling. Now notice when you stretch one leg up, your sit bones, your sacrum, your low back wants to lift. Let's see if you can ground through your low back. Pull your belly in nice and tight. And point that right foot to the ceiling. And then press through the heel, so a little point and flex. How about a little round and round? The opposite knee should be bent, opposite foot on the floor. Otherwise, you're going to pull your low back, so be mindful. And bend the knee, foot to the floor. Start out with both feet on the floor. So bottoms of your feet on the floor, knees bent. And we're going to stretch the opposite foot. Leg, toes, point, leg stretches. The opposite leg, knee should be bent and on the floor. So point, point, and flex. And point, round and round, big circles. And then change it up, opposite direction. And bend the knee and release. Let's try both legs stretching up to the ceiling. For this one, keep a little bend in your knee. Feel the weight grounded on your low back. And we're just going to roll from side to side. Just rock from side to side. Put a bend in your knees, bend in your knee, rock from side to side. And bend the knees, feet on the floor. Let's take one knee into your chest and stretch the other one away. And opposite knee to your chest, stretch the other one away. And bend both knees to your chest and cross your ankles. We'll rock from side to side. Let's make some big circles in the air with your knees, big circles rolling around your sacrum. And change the direction of your circle. Let's release your feet to the mat, and we're going to roll onto one side. Make a pillow with your hands. And roll to one side. Breathe into your belly. Take those knees right up to your chest. We're in the fetal position here. And when you're ready, help yourself come to seated, with the head being the last thing to come up. Okay. Find your sit bones. If you're rounding in Sukhasana, seated pretzel pose, you can always stretch your legs out in front, put a bend in the knee, rock your pelvis kind of forward. Or come on, seated on a chair, whatever's gonna work. Sometimes this is not an easy sitting pose. Okay, let's bring our hands together in front of our heart, big thumbs. Rest on our heart. And we'll lift our hands to our lips. Always speaking your truth. Right? And your forehead. Connecting your mind and your body to your heart, to your head. And a little bow for namaste. 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 And take your shoulders up, back, and down. I'm lifting up through the crown of my head, creating a nice tall spine. Anything we do in the chair is just as beneficial as anything we do standing, because yoga is about your spine. So let's take the arms down by our side and we'll inhale out and up. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling out and up. And exhaling out and down. Last one. Very nice. Let's inhale and reach to the back of our chair and open your chest. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together here. And as you exhale the breath, bring the hands together out in front and round through the spine. So inhale, reaching back, and exhale, reaching forward. And come back to center. Let's sit back in our chair a bit, and we'll do some side to side motion. Here we go. Holding the underside of your chair with one arm and the other arm right up next to your ear. And if you're looking more like this, that's okay too. Do the best that you can. And we're just going to open up the whole side, using the breath to reach up and come up, and using an exhale to come over. So inhale and exhale. And one last one. Let's inhale it up and exhale it out and down. Other side. Let's open up the whole side. Let's do it 2 more times. Your sit bone on the opposite side might lift, but see if you can pull the belly in and ground it down. And release the opposite arm. Shake the arms out a bit. Let's do something for the hands. So we'll rub them together, create a little heat. Don't forget in between your fingers and on the top. Let's squeeze your hands into some fists, and then we'll stretch them out, lots of space between. We're doing an open close here. And then squeeze them into fists, and we'll go round and round. Stopping at the top and going in the other direction. And interlacing your hands and pressing forward. Let's inhale it up and go side to side, just a bit. Not looking to go very far. Release the fingers out and down. Hands together, interlace those fingers. Inhale them up and off to one side. Release them out and back together. This time we will interlace our fingers the opposite way. So if you typically interlace your fingers and the right thumb is on top, switch it up. And we'll press those palms forward and up and side to side. And out and down. Again, interlacing those fingers. If you normally interlace your fingers with the left thumb on top, interlace them with the right thumb on top. We'll press the palms forward, inhale them up. Side to side. Let's give those hands a little shake. Okay, let's come to the edge of our chair. I'm going to take my right arm out to the side. To you, it looks like my left. And I'm going to draw the arm right across my body, holding with the opposite hand. Get a nice stretch in the shoulder here. And release. Left arm across the body. Get a nice stretch in the shoulder. And release. Let's take the arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Take the arms out to the side and bend your elbows, coming into the cactus pose. Let's bring the elbows together, the heels of your hands and fingers. We're going to use the in-breath to open them up and the exhale to close them together. Let's do a couple more. And then we'll add a V stretch. Back to bent and close. Inhale and V stretch. Let's do a couple more like that. And last one. And release the arms. Give them a shake. With your right hand, go ahead and rub your left shoulder. And then you have the meat of the muscle here between your neck and the ball of your shoulder. See if you can squeeze, knead that spot. Do this when you're watching TV. You're sitting at your kitchen table. The opposite left hand. Let's just rub that shoulder. And then squeeze the meat of that muscle. That's your trapezius muscle. They get tight and overstretched from slouching. So sit up nice and straight. Let's take the elbows here onto our knees. I'm hanging my hands out in front. I have a nice straight back. And then bring the heels of your hands where your elbows were and come to seated. Let's continue with the arms. So we'll take the arms out to the side and press through the heels of your hands. Press, press. You're keeping the walls away. And then point your fingers down and curl them up and under. Pressing through the heels of your hands. Ready? We're going to lift the arms out to the side and press through the heels of your hands. And then I was tucking down and under. There we go. I'm going to take mine off so people can understand. Down and under. I just don't think people will understand me if I have it on. Pressing through the heels of your hands and then down and under. Okay, so with your palms facing down, we'll do a little pulse. And then we'll turn it up and pulse up. And then forward. And then back. All right, let's go through again. Ready, down.
Nice and comfortable in here.
It is.
Wow.
And up. And then back. And then forward. Okay, bend the elbows, give your arms a little shake. You know what I think I might do for next time, if we're here next time? I'm gonna give you my phone number so you can call me.
Oh,
How about that?
that's
Does anybody have a cell phone?
yeah,
Okay, cell phone, great. That's what we're gonna do.
good.
Okay, let's sit up nice and straight and tall and take a nice deep breath in. And then we're gonna take your belly here and bring it down to the tops of your thighs. Release your hands down to your ankles. And when you're ready, walk your hands up and back. I should bottle this, right?
Mm.
Nice deep breath in. And connect your torso to your thighs. Let your hands glide down. Even see if you can let your head hang just a bit. I understand that might not be comfortable. And when you're ready, walking the hands up and back. And let's do it one more time. Coming up and back. Okay. I'm seated here at the edge of my chair, and I'm going to stretch my right leg forward and then move from the hip and reach to my ankle. Inhale it up and back, and then go to the other side. So left leg, stretch and reach. Up and back, and right leg, stretch, and reach. And inhale it up and back. And left leg, stretch and reach. And inhale it up and back. Let's take a breath here. Nice deep breath, fill your belly. Let it go. We'll take the right knee into your chest and give it a big hug. And the left knee into your chest and give it a little hug. And back to the right and give it a little hug. And left knee and a little hug. Let's place the feet on the floor and we'll do open and close, open and close. So was it Barbara Spencer, Julie?
Mm.
Oh, I miss Barbara. I haven't seen
Yeah,
her.
it was pain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull in the class. She's like, I'm going up and back.
Yeah, so she came and she said last week she came here and we moved.
Yeah, we've been moving around. It's wherever we can get the space.
She didn't get that message on the computer.
Okay, I'll have to make sure that she's on the email. I'll have to look next time.
Here next week or
I think we're gonna be at 1870. Okay, let's stretch out right leg next week and left leg. Because we're gonna be on the bottom floor. We're not going up to the hall.
Oh, the elevator's full of Americans?
Right.
I will talk to the guy came up.
Oh, did he say it wasn't working?
He said the elevator wasn't working.
Let's do open and close. I didn't realize they had air conditioning in there.
I don't know, maybe he said it was not big, but it is something here.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even joking about the air conditioning.
Right.
He was 39.
Let's walk our feet nice and wide. Use your toes together, heels together, toes together, heels together. Try that, good to the ankles. And then we'll walk it out And walk it in. And walk it out. And walk it in. All right, let's take the right knee into your chest. Give it a little tug. And left knee into your chest and give it a little tug. Okay. Let's stand up, which is optional, of course, optional. Okay, I'm gonna stand behind my chair. I'm just checking to see if my head's cut off over here. And it's not, so we're in good shape. Okay, stand up nice and straight and tall. And roll your shoulders up, down, and back. And we'll open our feet just a bit wider. And with your hands on your hips, we're just gonna move from side to side. Perfect. Perfect. And take your hips to the right and hold. And then take your hips to the left and hold. And we're gonna bend the knees just a tiny bit to make some big circles here, big circles. I was gonna say the hula girl, but men do hula too. Opposite direction now. Easy knees, right? Your knees are not locked. Okay, let's come to the center and we'll walk our feet into mountain. Standing nice and tall. Shoulders up, down, and back. We reach through the top of your head. So lifting up. And at the same time, reaching your fingers down to the floor. So you feel this light and lifting and strong and grounded. So see if you can feel that using your breath. Fill the belly and then all the way up like you're filling a glass of water with your in-breath. And as you release the breath, imagine that you're drawing the exhale down through your legs, grounded, nice and strong into the mountain. Okay. With your hands on your hips, we're going to come up onto the big toe and point to the right and point to the left. Make sure you're breathing. And then we'll come up on the heel and heel. You have to bend your knees for this one. And then we'll go back to the toe and heel and heel. That's it. We'll dance there. Toe and toe and heel and heel. One more time. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to open our feet a little wider than you would for mountain. And we're going to kick the heel towards the back. You can just lift your knees if you wanted. Yeah, a little kick, yeah. You could do a little kick forward. A little kick to the back. And we'll come to center and walk your feet together. Okay, let's hold for a breath here. Nice deep breath in. Fill it all the way up like a glass of water. Let it go. Okay. Let's put our hands on our hips and open your feet nice and wide. We'll put one arm down the length of your thigh. And as you inhale, we'll stretch up tall and exhale, reaching over. That's it. Inhale up. And exhale, reaching over. That's it. So for you, Judy, you could just hold under and stretch and actually, yeah, hold under, and stretch in the opposite way. So we're just reaching down on the exhale and inhaling up with nice straight legs. Let's come to center with your arms by your side. We'll go opposite directions though. Opposite arm, hand on hip. Opposite arm reaches down the length of your thigh, and we're going to open that whole side. Inhaling up nice and straight and tall, and exhaling over. Let's do a couple more. And inhale up to center and release the arms and walk your feet together. Let's do a downward dog. Downward dog begins in mountain with a breath in. And as you exhale, let's walk the feet away. So for you, Judy, I would just stretch your legs out in front. And drop your head between your arms. As you start to take the breath in, walk back to your mountain pose. Let's try it again. Starting with the breath. And exhale and walk into downward dog. That's it. As soon as you feel the in-breath start to come in, walk back to your mountain pose. I was telling the class before you that you can do this with any surface. At home with your table. Your counter. You know.
That's easy.
Yeah. And it's a great stretch for your back, the back of your legs, right? Your shoulders. Let's open our feet nice and wide. And with your hands on your chair, we're going to bend one knee and then the other. Oh, I just heard a snap, crackle, pop. I'm pretty sure it was me. I'm sure you have your own going on over there. One more on each side. And we'll straighten those legs and walk your feet together. Okay. You have your chair here if you need it. We're going to stand behind your chair in a mountain pose and just use your arms to inhale out and up. Nice deep breath in. And then let it out. Inhaling out and up. So you can bring those hands together and out and down. This time, inhale your arms out and up, but keep them shoulder width apart, so your palms looking at each other. So you're reaching up through your fingers and down through your legs and feet. And exhale and bend the elbows and release. To roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Big shoulder rolls. And release. Let's make the rolls go forward. This one's needs to be a little more mindful for this one. Okay, and then release, draw your shoulders down.
Hey, Sharon.
Huh?
Were you able to get Eileen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, perfect.
Eileen and Nancy and Judy.
Perfect, okay.
Okay, reaching your shoulders up to your ears. We'll do a little squeeze and then draw them down. I used to have people just release, but I'm not sure that that's a good thing. Up to your ears, and we'll hold and do a little squeeze and then bring them down. And one last time, up to your ears and hold and squeeze and bring them down. Very nice. Let's have a seat. Okay, we have time, which is a good thing. Okay, let's set ourselves up in our chair and we'll do some poses in our chair. And like I said earlier, anything you do in the chair is just as beneficial as anything you do standing. Because yoga is about the spine. I mean, yes, we do get kind of wrapped up in the arms and the legs and those kinds of things, but it really is about creating space in your spine. You know, lots of space between. As the vertebrae get tight and stuck because of arthritis, tight muscles, whatever it be, it's not a good thing. We're looking for space. Space is always a good thing when we're talking about your spine. Let's come to the edge of your chair and we'll stretch the right leg forward. Let's add a reach and inhale it up and put on the floor, other side and add a reach. Inhale it up and back, and we'll bring the soles of your feet together. So make sure you're safely on your chair. Bring the soles of your feet together and lift up to the crown of your head, soften your belly. This is called Cobbler, Cobbler's Pose. You can feel an opening in your hips, hopefully. And a lifting up to the crown of your head, nice tall spine. Let's bring the knees together and we'll take turns stretching the legs out. One and then the other, one and then the other. Okay. Let's do feet before we move on. So grab your toes into the rug and walk them forward. That's a little tough if you have shoes on. And then press them back, crawl them back. Crawl is a good word. Crawl your toes forward. And then crawl them back. One more time. Crawl them forward. Right, feels funny in those toe joints, right? We don't spend a lot of time moving around in there. We usually smash them in shoes, and that's about the last we see of them to the end of the day. Well, one last time, I lied. This is the last time. Okay, so spread your feet, your toes nice and wide. Lots of space in between. Now, in this class, barefoot is not required. You know, you can wear your shoes, you can wear whatever, because I just want people to be safe in terms of their mobility and their balance. But typically a yoga class is done with bare feet, and that's because, you know, the soles of your feet have this natural traction where socks are like skates, right? Yeah, so that's why. Okay, let's do some poses. Let's do a downward dog. So you have the option of doing one leg or two. And if you're doing two legs out in front, then put a little bump in your knee. And that kind of allows you to dig into your heels and keep yourself tall and safe. Okay, so stretch out one leg and the other. We're pressing through the heels so the toes come back towards me. My knees are soft and my arms down by my side. Let's roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Nice open chest. And we're gonna inhale the arms out and then all the way up. Now, if you're looking like this, that's fine too. Do whatever you can. So we're going to inhale the breath and exhale. Just come inches forward. That's it. Stop where you are and inhale it up and out and down. Feet on the floor. Let's try one more. Stretching out, legs out in front. Come up onto your heels. Little bump in the knee, shoulders up, down, and back, arms out and all the way up. And if you're looking like this, that's okay too. We're going to use the exhale just to draw the chest a tiny bit forward, out and down. I'm just itching. Everybody's itching. Everybody's itching. Okay, downward dog. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. No, not the soles. The sides of our feet together. Big toes, ankles, and heels. Bring your knees together and squeeze them just a bit, just to see how that feels. Squeeze your knees together, squeeze them together, and then release the effort. And sit up nice and straight and tall with a nice tall spine. We're gonna cross the right thigh over the left. I almost have to help myself here. This top foot is pointing down at the floor. However, if you do that and it doesn't feel right or it triggers like a Charlie horse, then just let the leg be soft. Okay, right over left. Seated up nice and straight and tall. I'm going to take the shoulders up, down, and back, and inhale them out and up, bent at the elbow. I'm in a cactus pose. Let's exhale the elbows together, heels of your hands and fingers. We're in an eagle pose. Let's scoop under one arm, doesn't matter which. And then draw the fingers towards you, reaching for your palm. You can always do it back to back here, or stay here, whichever works. This is an option too, right? See how that happens? Okay, let's go back to basic. And then release the arms and release the legs. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Keep everything moving. And then legs, stretch and stretch. Almost like a little dance. Back to center. Big toes together, ankles together. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Shoulders up, down, and back. Let's cross the left thigh over the right. Top toes point to the floor. You know, if it looks like this, it's looking like this, that's fine too. Just there shouldn't be any pain in your knee or any pain in your hip. So just make sure everything feels good and okay. I mean, it can feel like a good stretch, like ooh, but it never should be ow. Ooh is okay. Ow is not okay. Point your toes to the earth. We'll take the arms out to the side, bend at the elbow, cactus pose. Elbows together, heels of your hands and fingers. See if you can remember which arm you drew under last time, because we're going to go the opposite way. Scoop it under, and then the back of the hand towards you. Your fingers reach to the palm. If it's not going to work, you can always do back to back or front to front. See if you can lift those elbows up. They want to rest. Okay. So release the arms, release the legs. Let's give the arms a shake. And we'll stretch the legs, one and then the other. Okay, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Let's take the arms out to the side and give yourself a nice big hug. We'll rock from side to side, sit bone to sit bone. And then how about coming to the center, and then we'll twist from side to side. See, this chair is good. It offers that slippery surface where you can slide yourself around. That doesn't always happen with every chair. And then release, check out which arm is where, and we'll switch it up. So opposite arm on top. Big hug, rocking side to side. Okay, let's come to center and then add a twist. Okay, come to center, release the arms, we'll give them a shake. Okay. Let's do a forward bend, and we'll start it with a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale the breath, bring your torso down here to your thighs and release your hands and arms. But don't stay. As soon as you start to breathe in, walk your hands gently up and back. And we'll hold for a breath. See how we're doing with the time. We've got about 5 minutes. So let's do a twist. We really haven't done a lot of twisting. So we'll start with arms down by our side, shoulders up, down, and back, and feel that squeezing of your shoulder blades behind. These are the muscles that are going to keep us upright by strengthening these muscles. Back of your shoulders, your trapezius muscle, looks like a big kite. It gets overstretched when we do this, right? These get really tight, and these are overstretched. Muscles work together in pairs. Your abs and your back, your pecs and your traps, right? Biceps, triceps, everything works together. And a lot of our muscles are out of balance, right? Some are overstretched, some are tight, right? Back of neck. So posture is so important, especially as we age too. You know, you see people that have that big hump. That's your body trying to compensate for these muscles that are out of balance. Your body knows that there's something wrong, so it's putting energy there. It's putting tissue over time. It becomes tissue to protect you. So posture is so important, so important. Okay. So let's take one arm to your opposite knee. So this is my right to my left knee. And the other arm can just hang by your side. And we're going to lift this one up as we breathe in and take it out and back. So this is a rainbow. So if you're having any shoulder issues, put a little bend in your elbow, right? And don't go quite as far. So this is the inhale, rainbow, and the exhale back to center. Let's do like 2 more, and I think that'll be 5 for us. And hands on thighs. Let's go to the other side. So this is my left arm, way over here to my right knee. I'm going to lift it up, the rainbow. If you have any shoulder issues, elbow tightness, put a little bend. Inhale, open, and exhale it back. Let's do 1 more. I think that's 5. Okay, hands on thighs. We'll start with the breath in, and then just glide these hands down to your ankles. When you feel your body start to take in the next breath, walk it up and back. Let's end with a nice deep breath, filling up your belly. All the way up to the top of the glass and let it out. Filling up the belly and all the way up to the top of the glass, like pouring in a pitcher of water, right? And then letting it out. Okay, let's sit back in our chair. Got like 2 minutes, stretching, right leg out. We'll do a little pointed flex and round and round. In opposite direction. And release to other side. Stretch it out. Press through the heel. Point and flex. And then big circles round and round. Opposite direction. So our link, our access to Zoom only lasts until 11. So we're going to put our feet on the ground, sit up nice and straight and tall, and let's just place our hands on our thighs, and we'll quiet ourselves and our bodies and our minds just for a moment. This is just a lesson in awareness. You're just noticing the breath in and the breath out. Not to make it or change it, make it bigger, make it smaller, make it better. Just notice. Then coming back, we'll open our eyes, hands in namaste, resting on our heart. Thumbs to your lips, speaking your truth, and connecting your mind and your body. Namaste. Namaste. Enjoy your Saturday.